have them compete once again on pay-per-view? Because as you'll soon see, this is a complete waste of time. Well, it looks like Finn Balor decided to take the night off and send in a replacement opponent for Baron Corbin. Also, this completely ruins the whole purpose of Finn's demonic persona. He hadn't been using the demon for WWE shows lately due to the fact that none of his opponents have given him a reason to unleash hell.
Yeah.
At least when Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt feuded with Finn, they actually pressed his buttons and forced the demon out of him. For this case, the demon has arrived in the most awkward appearance I've ever seen. Also, is this the gender fluid demon or something? That might explain the dress. The CGI graphics may be the only one I actually like, with a demonic looking sky above the ring. Nice touch to the entrance.
Really great.
Demon has been a part of SummerSlam 2 years ago.
Really? So what the hell was facing Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam literally 1 year ago?
Okay.
I would be impressed with the look, but unfortunately Carnage keeps popping in my head. And also the Boogeyman.
Yeah, kind of similar to the colors.
How about Baron brings across and shouts the power of Christ compels you? That could work. Reschedule this match?
Really?
There's only 1 hour left and 3 other matches on the card. Teeth hands.
Teeth hands? Teeth hands or something?
Maybe because nobody has pissed them off enough to make them do this? Like in this case, the demon is here for virtually no reason, and that's sinful. Basically what we're saying is, Finn Balor spent hours and hours getting all this heavily detailed...
Yeah, that's what I
just
thought.
to use it for a 90-second
really?
match. Hell, even his entrance was longer than the match, making it all the more pointless.
Oh my god.
Is the demon force sensitive too?
You should have known Miz was going to do something like that.
You mean you actually didn't know that the Miz would pull off a stunt like he did?
He's a heel. What do you expect, Daniel?
Maurice.
Brie Bella holds it together and prevents herself from calling Maurice a bitch, despite not having a problem with calling Stephanie McMahon a bitch 500 times in 2014.
500 times?
This match is one I needed to win.
This is nowhere compared to his match at WrestleMania 30.
Daniel Bryan, I'm gonna lose my shit. Is this seriously all his gimmick is about? Fighting for your dreams? For a wrestler who has already achieved literally everything in the WWE? Multiple title wins, WrestleMania main event headliner. What else is left?
Yeah. Like, really, what else
Daniel
is
wants
left?
to cause property damage. Previously on WWE.
SummerSlam is brought to you in part by...
Skip! As great as it is to see the United States Championship defended, this match feels out of place on the card, especially after all that we've witnessed in the first 3 hours. I'm just saying, not every title has to be defended on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I know. But at least it's great we get to see Sensei and Jeff Hardy at
And since the theme
SummerSlam.
song no longer goes to that original beat, it makes it 5 times worse.
That to be dehumanizing behavior.
Dehumanizing behavior? I get that Randy Orton has turned back to the villainous snake he used to be, but dehumanizing? Or is that referencing Randy's obsession with Jeff Hardy's ear?
Maybe Jeff Hardy's ear?
Honestly, Shinsuke Nakamura's attempt at doing the delete chant was so funny that I'm removing another sin. Heel Shinsuke is honestly the most hilarious thing about SmackDown.
Avoid a handful of kicks there. Look at...
Copyright infringement, at least Shinsuke was being funny. Also, 11-minute US title matches, mainly dick measuring contests and taunt stealing for both Jeff and Shinsuke. Yep, you heard that correctly.
Yeah.
Trying to pick up the mirror, and it looked like a sling blade.
That was not a sling blade, Tom. That was clearly a sleeper slam. Fun fact, that was one of my signature moves in my wrestling days that was more forceful.
Really?
Either way, that wasn't a sling blade.
Really? You
No one
actually
cares what's
wrestled?
trending, even in part 2.
Do you have videos about them when you wrestle or
Please
something?
have Shinsuke stop going
If
for
so,
low
then
blows
can you
all the
please
time in his matches,
upload
because
them?
that's not a cool thing for him to do constantly. I'm honestly sick of it at this point.
Shinsuke was...
No offense, but ever since Jeff connects the twist of fate in a stunner-like way, it really took out the cool look of the move. Now all I see is a
like
spinning
really.
stunner.
Blame PG. I say blame PG.
Once again, Jeff Hardy proves us how much balls he has after all these decades, removing 3 cents because Jeff once again stole the show, even if it cost him to lose.
This is why he should have been. That's why he should be WWE champion again. I don't care if he's getting older. He deserves one more championship win. More than a month, unlike his World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Champion.
Want to go to bed. Is there at least something coming at the very end of the night that will cause me to go ballistic in celebration? Because at this point, I'm begging you, give me something to scream and joy about.
I know what you're gonna do.
Well, Ronda Rousey has had less than 10 matches in her WWE career, so I really don't think we should make a big deal.
At least as of now, she did wrestle on Raw, so that's a plus.
Bliss, but I really don't qualify this match as the biggest in Ronda Rousey's career. That credit would probably go to Nia Jax from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view event, since Nia was more of a challenge than Alexa. Also, Ronda getting this title match was completely undeserved.
Yeah,
she
I
annihilates
know
Alexa
it.
Bliss,
More
beats the hell out of
undeserved
security,
challengers
referees, and even assaults general manager Kurt Angle.
get
And
into
after all that,
matches
she
like
gets
this.
a title match?
Yeah.
That makes absolutely zero sense. Talk about showing too much favoritism. This is seriously aggravating if you ask me. You got this wrong. Ronda Rousey didn't return 30 days later because, if you recall, her suspension was extended a further week. So she actually returned 35 days later.
Yeah.
Natalia's shout out to her father, the late Jim the Anvil Neidhart, was truly a great moment tonight. Here's a send-off for respect.
Yeah, pretty great.
Wait, what? I thought Natalya was accompanying Ronda Rousey to the ring. Why is Alexa Bliss coming out next? She's the champion, right? The champion should always come out last. Here are the Bella Twins at ringside. Do we give a shit? Hell no. Their presence doesn't mean shit and plays no part in this match.
Yeah, of course.
WWE virtual reality is a sin. It just is. Not everything has to be virtual reality. I prefer actual reality over this bullshit.
Oh my god, that's what people reacted to the virtual boy. I don't know. Maybe that's what it feels like.
Giggity. If Ronda Rousey was really the baddest woman on the planet, she wouldn't have such a nice, girly attitude. She'd be as destructive emotionally as she is physically.
Yeah, I get your right.
Fuck you, Michael. Alexa wasn't going for a cheap shot because Ronda was clearly watching her. It's not a cheap shot if you're face-to-face with your opponent. Get your facts right for once. Ronda ready to go and Alexa Bliss. We interrupt SummerSlam 2018 to bring you Fastlane 2017. And as we've seen with Kevin Owens and Goldberg, this strategy never works.
Of
Just
course.
a matter of time now. As much as I dislike Ronda being in this title match, seeing her do this "I'll give you a chance by blinding myself" technique was entertaining very much. I don't like her one bit, but she still somehow manages to remove sins from my counter. I'm sorry, this is funny as fuck. No. Ronda, we get that you're excited to win the Raw Women's Championship, but can you not speak to Alexa so loudly when asking her if she's ready for you to execute your next move? Alexa Bliss's double-jointedness really comes into play here, and now I'm cringing. She really knows how to make it look like her arm is snapping. That's what's so awesome about this moment.
Yeah. That's why she's a
third squash
multiple
match of the
time
night.
champion.
That's not what SummerSlam needs.
Yeah.
By booing the Bella Twins out of the building, the crowd in Brooklyn will be great at SummerSlam's 2 expansion. As usual, the Bella Twins gotta make it all about themselves, even if it wasn't their intention. This is Ronda's moment, not theirs.
The night that changes careers, defines legacies.
Haven't we heard that exact same statement for almost every WWE pay-per-view concept?
I know. Maybe they're just trying to hype out newcomers or something.
Every changes careers and defines your legacies from the WWE's perspective. Here we go again.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing about him, talking about him, looking at him.
How can you look at Brock Lesnar when he's not even around 95% of the time? I get that you're sick of hearing about him and talking about him, but looking at him?
History is written by the victors.
Correct and incorrect.
Failed again.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Roman hit first. So Roman Reigns won the steel cage match at Greatest Royal Rumble. As far as I'm concerned, we're tied with a win apiece in 2018.
I'd much rather be at home on my couch.
Then vacate the title, get the fuck out, and don't ever
good.
come back, you lazy bastard. Yep, you're seeing it correctly. We are watching this from a fan's phone rather than the WWE
That's actually kind of funny.
Rob had to resort to the pepper spray.
Actually, that was Paul Heyman who resorted to using pepper spray against Roman, not Brock. Brock Lesnar is even too lazy to mace his opponent.
Roman is ready to go out on his shield tonight.
Wah, wah. Also, foreshadowing the random and completely unnecessary second reunion.
I think the
of
reason why they
24
renounced
hours
the
later.
Shield is
Roman's
because
clearly doing just fine on
Dean
his own.
Ambrose got
So
injured.
doesn't
I don't
Dean
think they
Ambrose.
got a part as the Shield because of randomness. They were a part because
Actually,
Ambrose
for at
was
least
injured, and then
480 of those 504
they
days, Brock Lesnar
regrouped
hasn't
the
ruled shit except
team
becoming the
after
heir of the
Dean Ambrose
couches.
returned. That's
Also,
why
a
they
title reign spanning
probably went back to where they
504 days
were.
is supposed to sound impressive and amazing because of a champion managing to hang on to the title for that long period. But when you look at Brock Lesnar, you just see a lazy prick who doesn't know the difference between being a real champion and being a part-time disgrace to the
I
entire
hate
sport of
part-timers.
professional wrestling.
Defending!
10 title defenses in 504 days. What a bitch. Honestly, if you think about it, if Braun Strowman had cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase right now, Roman Reigns would have been out of the Universal title match because the match hadn't started, and if Braun cashed in on Brock right now, it would have just been a one-on-one match between Braun and Brock. If only that happened, we could have seen Roman's face saying, well, this is awkward.
Beastie boy.
Beastie boy.
Beastie boy.
Look what you did, Braun. You made the crowd do another off-sync chant. In this case, an off-sync chant of Beastie Boy.
Oh my god.
That is so bad, the way Brock Lesnar reacted to that Superman punch. First off, Brock reacted too early. Secondly, that made Roman miss the punch completely. And thirdly, what's with the weird jumping movements? Although I'm removing this in because the moment Roman started hitting those Superman punches early, it got us all hoping that he would destroy Brock for good. Even if the punches didn't get the job done, it still was an intense moment.
Yeah.
Winner of SummerSlam 2018 to bring you WrestleMania 29, an event Brock coincidentally also lost at. Why again?
Here comes Roman.
Ooh.
Wrestler accidentally throws himself into an unintended target upon his opponent moving out of the way cliche. Also, trying to spear Brock out of the ring never seems to work out for Roman Reigns. Versus the Greatest Royal Rumble, it cost him the match in controversial fashion, and now tonight it causes him to accidentally take out Braun Strowman.
Not many tooth.
Not many tooth? Jonathan Coachman ain't
Not many
making a lot of sense
teeth.
here tonight. Shouldn't the referee be counting out both Brock and Roman rather than simply telling them to get back into the ring? Another case of referees not doing their jobs properly.
With the contract.
Brock's not hitting Braun with a piece of paper. That's a briefcase, not a contract, dumbass.
A weapon. And slinging it.
Brock is a dick to Money in the Bank briefcases on the SummerSlam stage at the same time. Does that mean he's a double dick?
Yeah, that's kind of
What the hell did I
poor.
just say? Get that trending. Hashtag double dick.
And Reigns are
Haha, the chair got thrown right back in
Yeah,
your face.
that's actually weird.
Halla motherfucking-lujah! Brock Lesnar's reign has finally been sliced in half! I don't care who is going to be the one to end the title reign, as long as the nightmare has ended.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roman Reigns, for killing Brock Lesnar's reign of terror.
Yeah.
We are eternally grateful. And now the Universal Championship can be relevant once again.
That's great. Really great. It looks awesome. Great way to end this video. Anyway, that was everything while with SummerSlam 2018. It was pretty great. Especially the ending. That was a pretty great ending by you, Christian Miracle. And I really like the way that you completely slice the cents in half after, was it 100 cents off? I think it was 100 cents. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view a lot. It really changed everything. The Reign of Terror, while it's not as well as Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship back in 2002 to 2005, but still. At this point, I really hope that they keep the champion off of part-timers at all cost. At this point, they have done enough. Let's just hope that the Universal Championship will be back to what it should have been back in 2016 when it was announced. Anyway, I wonder what we're going to say next, because after Hell in a Cell 2018, other than you about to send the event, I don't know what you're going to send next. So I'm really looking forward to your forward videos. Maybe you can do it. I know this is not a thing that you do with fans, but can you do a request of doing the Reign of Terror on Triple H and maybe on Brock Lesnar, because that would be kind of very interesting. I want to see your opinions on the Reign of Terror on Triple H as well. Anyway, I'll see you next time.